Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Timeless Sparks. Today, we're diving into one of the most extraordinary tales in human history, the rise of Alexander the Great and the incredible impact of Hellenistic culture. It's a story of ambition, genius, and the birth of a world united by ideas. Get ready to uncover the journey of one young king who changed the course of civilization forever. Let's take a moment to set the stage. The year is 356 BCE, and in the northern kingdom of Macedonia, a boy is born who will go on to shake the very foundations of the known world. That's right, Alexander, later known as Alexander the Great. But before his name became legend, he was simply the son of King Philip II and his remarkable queen, Olympias. From a young age, Alexander's destiny was clear. He was raised to lead, to conquer, but also to think. And perhaps that thinking is where it all begins. Under the tutelage of one of history's greatest philosophers, Aristotle, Alexander developed an insatiable curiosity about science, philosophy, and the arts. Aristotle didn't just teach Alexander how to rule, he taught him why it mattered. These lessons would stay with Alexander as he embarked on the journey that would define his empire and legacy. Fast forward to 336 BCE, Alexander, still just 20 years old, inherits the throne of his father after King Philip's assassination. But while some might falter under the weight of such responsibility, Alexander rises to the occasion. His ambitions extend far beyond Macedonia. His sights are set on greatness, on uniting the known world under his rule. In 334 BCE, his legendary campaigns begin. With unmatched speed and ingenuity, Alexander leads his armies east, conquering city after city. First, the Persian Empire, once thought invincible, falls to his might, culminating in victories like the Battle of Issus and the pivotal Battle of Gaugamela. Then his conquests take him to Egypt, where he founds the city of Alexandria, a place that will become the beating heart of Hellenistic scholarship. But Alexander doesn't stop there. He marches onward to the edges of India, where his troops, weary but loyal, fight their final battles under his leadership. At the age of just 32, Alexander dies unexpectedly in Babylon, leaving behind an empire that touches 3 continents, Europe, Asia, and Africa. But here's where Alexander's story evolves beyond his sword. Because even though he was a conqueror, his legacy wasn't just in territory, it was in culture. This is where we talk about the true genius of Alexander's reign, Hellenistic culture. Imagine cities buzzing with ideas, shimmering with art, echoing with philosophies that ask profound questions about life and the universe. This is the legacy of the Hellenistic era, a direct result of Alexander's determination to blend cultures. Wherever he went, he didn't just impose Greek ideas. He encouraged them to mix with local traditions. The result? An explosion of creativity, innovation, and cultural exchange. Take Alexandria in Egypt as an example. Its famous library, a wonder of the ancient world, became a hub for scholars like Euclid, Archimedes, and Ptolemy, whose work influenced science and mathematics for centuries. Greek became the shared language across the Mediterranean, making it easier for ideas to travel far and wide. Sculptors created masterpieces like the Venus de Milo, showcasing emotion in art in ways that had never been seen before. But it wasn't just about great achievements. It was also about a new way of thinking. Thanks to Alexander's efforts, people began to see themselves not just as part of a city-state, but as citizens of a larger world. This idea of cosmopolitanism, the belief that all human beings belong to a single community, was revolutionary for its time. Of course, Alexander's empire didn't last forever. After his death, his generals, known as the Diadochi, divided the empire into several Hellenistic kingdoms. The Seleucids ruled Persia, The Ptolemaic dynasty took over Egypt, and the Antigonids held power in Greece. While these kingdoms had their own challenges and conflicts, they continued spreading the ideas Alexander had set in motion. Over time, they influenced the Roman Empire, and through Rome, the foundations of Western civilization. Let's pause for a moment and reflect. Alexander didn't just conquer. In many ways, he built bridges, a world where ideas met and mingled, creating the basis for the modern world we know today. From philosophy to science to art, Hellenistic culture left its fingerprints everywhere. So, what do we take away from this incredible journey? Alexander's rise wasn't just about battles fought or territories won. It was about vision. It was about seeing the world not as fragmented nations, but as a shared humanity connected by knowledge and creativity. That said, I'd love to hear from you. Which aspect of Alexander's empire or the Hellenistic culture fascinates you the most? Was it his military genius, his cities, or maybe the idea of blending cultures? Whatever your thoughts are, drop them in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into history, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more Timeless Sparks episodes. Thank you for exploring this incredible chapter of history with us. Remember, the lessons of the past are never far away. They're timeless, waiting for us to spark them again. Until next time, keep asking questions, keep learning, and as always, keep exploring history.